Alrighty, well, welcome back to the Cover 3 podcast. We did a podcast yesterday going over the perfect fantasy roster. We drafted our own teams. Today, we're going to do some mid-season awards. We just finished Week 10, so it's a little past mid-season, but we're going to kind of go through who we think the MVP is, defensive, offensive rookie of the year, players of the year on offensive defense, coach of the year, and so forth. And then we're going to go through each game, who's going to win those games. And then lastly, we're going to have our low-key fantasy starter of the week. So first off, the most important award obviously is most valuable player. So who do you guys have as your MVP through the first 10 weeks?
Let me go first, right? MVP, most valuable player, Anthony Lynn, JK. He's terrible. He'll be fired. But I got Pat Mahomes. He's got roughly 2,700 yards, 25 touchdowns, 1 pick, 116 pass rating, and 87 QBR, which is much higher than his 2018 MVP season with an 8-1 record.
Yeah. Can't argue with that.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you on that for Patrick Mahomes. Not only is he playing very well, he hasn't had like a bad game yet. I feel like for all the other candidates in the MVP consideration, they've had 1 or 2 games where they may not have played their best or may not have showed that their MVP case has risen. And for Patrick Mahomes, I mean, I haven't seen anything bad recently. That could easily change, but like you said, it's our midseason award. And for now, I'm rolling with Patrick Mahomes.
I'm going to have to go with Patrick Mahomes. Like I said, like you guys said, he only has 1 pick, 26 touchdowns. Prior to 2 weeks ago, or even prior to last week, I was Wilson, but due to a couple of bad games from him, I have to give that award to Patrick Mahomes. So for the first 10 weeks, MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes. So next we have, let's do Offensive Player of the Year.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah, this one was tough. You know I got to go with my boy Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, he's honestly been going on a tear. He's been going off lately. He scored a touchdown in every single game prior to that Bears game. The Bears game was the first game. He has not scored a touchdown. He's been having an unbelievable season, and frankly, he has been putting the team on his back. If we did not have Dalvin Cook, I mean, we'd probably – I don't know where we'd be right now.
Yeah.
But Offensive Player of the Year for sure, I'm gonna say Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with that. He's got multiple 100-yard games, even a couple 150-yard games. He is nowhere near the top of the ranks in carries, but he leads the league in touchdowns and yards. So I think it's a pretty obvious choice for me, honestly.
Yeah, I'm going to have to say the same. He has scored in every single game. I think he's the only player with multiple 150-yard games on the ground. And like you said, Josh, he's nowhere near the top of the league in carries, but he leads the league in touchdowns and rushing yards. So in terms of Offensive Player of the Year, that one's kind of obvious there. So, All right, next we have our Defensive Player of the Year. So what do you guys think?
I'm going to go with Myles Garrett. He leads the league with 9.5 sacks. He also has 4 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, 31 tackles, 7 tackles for loss. Like, after watching him in the Combine a few years ago, he's finally fulfilling what everyone thought he would become.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you go on this one, Isaiah. I got a spicy one for the last one.
Do you? You're TJ Watt, aren't you?
No, go ahead. Go.
I'm going to go with Aaron Donald. He is in my division, so I'm very aware of his capabilities. He's an interior lineman, but he can get through the line like a defensive end, which is pretty insane. I think Myles Garrett has 9.5 sacks, and he has 9 sacks, only half a sack behind. He just turns it up every single game, and obviously watching him play against the Seahawks, I know very well what he's capable of. He's just a beast, and I think he carries that defense. Without him on their defense, I think they might be 4-6 rather than 6-4 right now. So I'm gonna go with Aaron Donald.
Okay, with the spicy pick, which I feel like most people, including you, what you just said, kind of just throw him under the bus. Jalen Ramsey, all right? I'm going to say he's Defensive Player of the Year. He doesn't have all the gaudy stats, but if you look and review the tape, no one wants to throw his way. It's the same way kind of with like Darrelle Revis or Richard Sherman in their primes. He's that corner you can just put down, take away their best player, and you can just rely on that. Like I said, he doesn't have the best numbers, the best stats, but at the end of the day, if you break down all the film, he is always there covering the player, and he's always making sure that he's making it tough on the other receiver. So for me, I'm going to say Jalen Ramsey so far.
Yeah, I had him as a dark horse candidate, but yeah, I just couldn't, Myles Garrett couldn't.
Yeah, no, there's definitely no wrong answer.
Yeah, he's up there for sure.
Yeah, I was considering TJ Watt because he does have 9 sacks, just like Aaron Donald does.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think he makes as big of a difference.
Yeah.
That defense is already really good.
Yeah, I mean, they also run a 3-4, so like each lineman always gets a 1-on-1, so he hardly gets doubled unless they try to chip at the tight end.
Yeah. All right, next
you guys have. Oh, go ahead.
Next we have offensive rookie of the year. So there's a few different candidates here. I don't think there's one obvious candidate for this one, but who do you guys have?
I'll let you guys go ahead.
Well, unfortunately, Justin Jefferson isn't a quarterback, so I'm going to say Justin Herbert here. He's been playing out of his mind. He's actually my fantasy quarterback in my other league. I picked him up off waivers, which was surprising. So I was thinking that I was just going to have to struggle because I had Dak Prescott. So picking up Justin Herbert as an insurance policy to Dak Prescott, didn't hurt me at all. So I didn't miss a step. So I'm going to say Justin Herbert.
Solid pick. I'm also going to go with Justin Herbert. I consider Joe Burrow because Joe Burrow does have a lot more yards, but when you look at the touchdown to interception ratio, Justin Herbert obviously leads in those stats. And coming in as a rookie, coming behind Tyrod Taylor, he wasn't expected to start right away, but he was kind of thrown in there, and he's kind of taken that mantle, and he's owned it pretty well. So I'm going to give the offensive rookie of the year to Justin Herbert.
All right. I'm also going to say Justin Herbert. Although he has a 1-7 record, he does have 2,300 yards. Joe Burrow has about, I think, 180 more yards. And if Justin Herbert played in that first game, he'd be ahead by about the same. He has 103 passer rating, which is 14 points higher than Joe Burrow, and a 73 QBR, which is about 10 points higher than Joe Burrow. So I think it's obvious, but, the wins-loss does hurt a lot. But, yeah.
You got a lot of Joe Burrow shade.
Hey, the Herbert haters and the Burrow believers, all I got to say.
You guys as dark horse candidate.
For offensive rookie of the year?
Yeah.
I would go with James Robinson. The Jags didn't have any explosive weapons outside of DJ Chark, and he's kind of carried the load for them, especially when Gardner Minshew got hurt.
Yeah. My dark horse was Justin Jefferson. If they weren't a running team, Justin Jefferson, I think, would be near the top of the league in receiving yards. He did have the first 2 weeks where he didn't put up numbers, but after you see they started throwing the ball a lot more often, Justin Jefferson was getting the ball, and he was racking up the yards and touchdowns. So he was my dark horse candidate for offensive rookie of the year.
Yeah, I had both of those guys. So either or. James Robinson is going off. He's literally he's their only offensive threat, I feel like. Right now with Lou and his quarterback. I mean, DJ Chark catches a couple long balls, but yeah, James Robinson's been going off. And to your point, like you said, with Justin Jefferson, he was on a snap count for his first couple games. Our coach is very conservative, so he's like, "Oh, rookies have to earn their minutes." I mean, but yeah, those two definitely were my dark horse rookie of the years.
Okay. All right, next we have defensive rookie of the year, and there's quite a few candidates for this one, I think. So not very obvious.
I mean, I'm gonna go with the obvious one here, which I feel like is obvious, would be Chase Young. I mean, I just don't really think that there's any other rookie that's been on that level so far. That defensive line is real, and Chase Young just makes it scarier even on the other side. So I'm gonna say Chase Young.
I'm gonna go with Jeremy Chin, safety for the Panthers. As a rookie, he's been playing really great. Obviously, he's a starter. He has 70 tackles on the year. 40 of them are solo tackles and 30 are assisted tackles. He does have a pick, and he has 5 passes defended. So I think him them throwing him in their starting spot as a rookie, playing out of his mind. I'm giving that award to him.
Solid. I'm going to take it to the Ravens, and I have Patrick Queen. This is an absolutely loaded defense that he somehow leads them in tackles as a rookie. He also logged 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and 2 fumble recoveries. So, either way, it's going to be a toss-up for who gets Defensive Rookie of the Year, I think.
Yeah. All right. And then next we have Comeback Player of the Year. Well, I think, honestly, for me, this one is super obvious. And it's not – we're talking about, like, actual NFL, not fantasy. This one's pretty obvious for me, and it's Alex Smith. Coming back from that injury, and no one predicted him to play ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting out 2 years, he was able to come back. And even for me, if he played one snap in the NFL this year, he was going to win the award. And obviously, he's now the starter due to injuries of other quarterbacks. And he had a pretty good game last week, racked up a lot of yards. So him even playing one snap won that award for him. But the fact that he's now the starter on that team, I'm giving that award to him.
Yeah, I 100% agree. He hasn't, been playing extremely – or his first game, he just got thrown in. But the past 2 games, he logged back-to-back 300-yard games. Hasn't got the win. He's on a really bad team. But he almost lost his leg, and it's really good to see him back out there and be able to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. But we all can't choose the same person. So for me, I'm gonna go with Big Ben. Playing two games last year. People didn't know if he'd be able to come back and play the way that he was normally accustomed to used to playing. This year he has 2,267 passing yards, 22 touchdowns, defeated. Yes, I know they have a vaunted defense where, their defense is probably primarily the focal point for going into games. But it's not like Big Ben isn't doing work. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been putting up the stats. So I would have him a slight advantage over Alex Smith just simply because he's playing better. So ultimately, I feel like he's going to win Comeback Player of the Year.
Yeah, he's definitely been playing really well this year.
Yeah, I was really surprised because I didn't know. I thought he's going to have a very average year coming off that injury. He's getting up there in age. So I definitely wasn't expecting this type of year from Big Ben for sure. All right, next we have Most Improved Player. I think there's a lot of candidates for this one, but who do you guys have?
I'm go to New York. I got Josh Allen. He leads the league in yards, 21 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. His these are actually crazy. His passer rating is up from 85.3 to 103.2, and his QBR is up from 47.9 to 80.5. And with the addition to Stephon Diggs, he's really been getting done through the air and on the feet.
Yeah.
For me, I'm going to go with Ronald Jones. There was a lot of questions coming into this year about the backfield. Ronald Jones is their number 1 running back, and people were saying he was going to be. But if you look at his first couple of seasons, people were also saying that he was a bust. That could be, the offensive line got extremely better, plus it helps having Tom Brady slinging it to all the other weapons. But Ronald Jones right now, I'm going to say he's the most improved player of the year right now. He has 730 rushing yards, which is top 5 in the league. And I believe he's ranked like 7th right now in fantasy. So he's doing pretty good. So I'm going to definitely say Ronald Jones is most improved for me.
Yeah. My most improved player, and it's not because I'm a homer, but I'm going to say DK Metcalf. Just the leap from year 1 to his sophomore year was pretty dramatic. He was a good receiver his rookie year, but he had a fairly average year. But the jump that he's taken from last year to this year, I think he's 3rd in the league in receiving yards. Just that jump has I think has earned him that most improved player. So, okay. All right. And then now we have lastly Coach of the Year. So, who do you guys have for your Coach of the Year?
I got Mike Tomlin. Undefeated Steelers, can't go wrong with that. But I would say as a dark horse, if they still play well, I have Brian Flores of the Dolphins.
Yeah.
He's knocked off the Cardinals, the Rams, and the Niners. Mm-hmm. And 2 is, I think, 3-0 right now. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, to follow up on your point, I also saw a stat saying that Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season.
Yeah.
That is crazy, especially last year if you think about Mason Rudolph. Now, I know this is strictly just this year, but based off last year alone, this guy has to win. But I'm not going to say Mike Tomlin. For me, I'm actually going to say Ron Rivera. Ron. Now, they're in the thick of things. They can still make the playoffs. They can win their division. And this man is getting cancer treatment at halftime. No one's messing with him like that. No one's messing with him like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna say Ron Rivera.
Yeah. For me, I'm gonna say Bruce Arians, for the Buccaneers. The team that he's put together, I think is amazing. Bringing in Tom Brady, with the addition of Antonio Brown, and that defense is really playing out of their minds. We knew that they were going to be good, but I thought they were going to be an average team this year, and they far exceeded my expectations. So that the team that Bruce Arians has put together has really impressed me. So I'm giving that award to him. So obviously, and this is just after week 10. Things could change. We still have 7 more weeks of the NFL season to go. So these are just midseason awards, and all these awards could change easily by the end of the year. So
yeah, Chargers can go 9-7. Yeah, that could happen.
like 13-3, so it's just kind of obvious. All right, so now we're gonna go through all the games for this upcoming week. Kind of have our predictions on who we think are gonna win. Let me write these down first.
We forgot to mention the sleepers, stinkers, and then you want to do the Loki starters after?
Yeah, we'll do Loki starters at the end. But yeah, let's do our
sleeper stinkers.
For fantasy, we're gonna like a sleeper of the year and the stinker of the year. So, who do you guys have for your sleeper of the year?
My sleeper of the year I got is Will Fuller. There was a lot of questions after DeAndre Hopkins was leaving. There was a lot of questions saying who's going to be the number 1 receiver. Many people thought it would be Brandon Cooks. They acquired him. But for me, it's been Will Fuller. He has 6 touchdowns. And he also had a stretch before his last game and the first 2 games. He scored a touchdown on every single game prior to that. Will Fuller has been a focal point for that offense, and I think that he is my sleeper pick for the year.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Go ahead, Isaiah.
Mine's going to be James Robinson. He is a rookie, but I don't think anyone expected him to be the starter this year. There was, problems with injuries that helped boost his ability to be the starter on that team. But, I mean, James Robinson, I think, was on waivers after week 1, probably in every single fantasy league across the world. So no one saw the type of season that he's having. He's the 3rd-ranked fantasy running back this year. He's a rookie. No one thought he was going to start. He was on waivers across the world. So he's my sleeper of the year so far.
For me, I'm going to go to Carolina. I got Robbie Anderson right now. He is a 12th-ranked receiver, but most of the people that have him are the elite receivers that you would think are going to be up there. Yeah. His ADP was the 11th round, and he's the 12th-ranked receiver. Think about that. So he doesn't get all the touchdowns, but he gets a lot of yards and a lot of catches.
Yeah.
All right. Playing with that.
And then our stinker of the year so far after week 10.
I'll go ahead and go first. I said Miles Sanders. He has been hurt. He's only played 6 games. He's not been putting up the RB1, RB2 numbers everyone has thought he would. His ADP was in the 2nd round. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go with Kenyon Drake here. His ADP was like 2nd or 3rd round as well. Similar to Miles Sanders, they both been injured as well, taken highly. They're thought of very highly as well, and they just haven't produced, unfortunately. And that's with the Cardinals being like one of the better offenses in the league, if not the best offense in the league. You would assume that the starting running back be putting up numbers like that, but it just hasn't clicked like that.
Yeah. My stinker of the year is Mark Ingram. He had a pretty good fantasy season last year. I'm not exactly sure what his ADP was. Let's see. Here it's saying number 62 overall, and he's not even worthy to be on anyone's bench. Put up so far, and you'd expect the Ravens are such a heavy running team for him to put up a little more stats. But I mean, he's put up garbage numbers almost every single week. And after the season that he had last week, he thought maybe he'd be an RB2 and maybe even a flex position, but he's just not even worthy to be on anyone's bench. So he's my stinker of the year so far.
Agreed.
Alrighty, so now we're gonna go through all these games for this upcoming week and have our predictions for who's gonna win. So let me pull up my notepad here so I can write everything down.
It's gonna be a good week.
Will be.
Oh yeah, I'm optimistic about this week. There's a lot of good games going on.
Okay.
You guys about to get 2 dubs or 3 dubs?
3,
dubs?
baby.
Okay.
This guy really said the Jets are the hardest team left on our schedule. we still got to play the Bills and the Chiefs again, even the Raiders. Like, oh my goodness! But the Jets, the winless Jets.
I'm really about to lose to the Jets.
That's a trap game for
Tank
sure.
for Penny Stool. That's what we're doing.
All right. So first game is obviously tonight, Thursday Night Football. We have the Arizona Cardinals versus the Seattle Seahawks at the newly named Lumen Stadium.
Lumen.
What the heck is that?
I'm hoping that CenturyLink rebranded to Lumen, and I was like, bro.
I know.
No longer.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
No longer called the Clink anymore. We're gonna have to call it the Loom or something.
Yeah.
But both teams come in at 6-3. It's gonna be a hard-fought battle, just like last game. Every single matchup between these two teams seems to be down to the wire. And who do you guys have winning this one? I already know you're gonna try to make me mad here. So,
as everyone that knows me knows that I am one of the biggest Seahawks haters of all time. But for me, I think it is really hard to see the Seahawks lose a division game or 2 division games to the same team. So I'm taking the Seahawks here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Seahawks here. As much as I don't want to say that, I'm gonna take but the only reason why I'm taking the Seahawks here is because the Cardinals just came off an emotional roller coaster of a win. You know what I'm saying? They can still be high on that coming into this game, and that can definitely affect them. Kind of like in 2017 when the Vikings got the Minneapolis Miracle. We went into the Eagles game, you know, with an emotional high, and then it just went down from there. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Seahawks here.
I'm also going to take the Seahawks. Every year they seem to split games every single year. It is a division matchup. And if you noticed, every time Russell Wilson has a game where he throws more than one pick, the next game he always seems to bounce back and have an amazing game. So it's really hard to see them losing here, especially at home. Obviously, there's no fans, but coming off a loss, I can't see the Seahawks losing 3 in a row. So I'm going to take the Seahawks here. Next, we have the Philadelphia Eagles on the road playing the Cleveland Browns. The Eagles are 3-5-1, and the Browns are 6-3. So who do you guys have winning this one?
Great, bro.
I'm gonna take the Browns. Eagles are just bad. Like they're just bad. They're injured. Nick Chubb is back. He looked great last week. I wish he could have fell into the end zone on that second run, but I mean it's whatever there. It's whatever there. I won in fantasy. If I lost in fantasy because of that, I would have been
so dead.
Oh, I would have been so hot.
Bro, like you needed that run to win, and he ran out to 2.
I'm saying you would have seen my TV outside your window. Like, oh my God, that would have pissed me off. But yeah, no, I'm gonna say Cleveland Browns. They're still struggling throwing the ball, but I think their run game should be able to just elevate them to the win there. I feel like it's gonna be another close, like gritty game, kind of like the last one they had against the Texans.
Yeah.
Depending on the weather, but I see a lot of Nick Chubb, a lot of Kareem Hunt in this game, so I'm gonna say that the Cleveland Browns take this win.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the same thing. Now the two-headed monster in the backfield is back. It's really hard to see the Eagles defense stopping that run attack. And obviously they do have Baker Mayfield, which is pretty shaky, but I think they're going to keep the ball on the ground all game long. They're just going to run out the clock, and I see the Browns taking this one pretty easily.
Seeing both of you take the Browns, I honestly want to take the Eagles, but I'm also going to go to the Browns. I do think this has the capability of an upset just because the Browns' offense has been struggling, and especially if the Eagles get an early lead, I don't see the Browns coming back. But I do think Nick Chubb goes for over 100. And yeah.
What about Kareem Hunt?
What about him? Yeah, might get a 1 yard receiving.
What
TD.
about him?
He might get a 1 yard receiving touchdown. Who knows?
Yeah, I think he gets a 99-yard screen pass for a touchdown.
Maybe, or he might run out of bounds because they have the lead.
Yeah, or he might fumble on the one and it's a touchback.
Or they might both be on the field and he fumbles, Nick Chubb picks it up, scores a touchdown, he gets the points.
Ah!
Oh, yeah!
All right, next we have the Cincinnati Bengals on the road playing the Washington Monuments.
Let's go!
Oh my God. People are gonna be like, what the heck is that?
I know.
Like, what's the
Bro,
monument?
that's the team name, bro. You heard it here first.
You
This
should
one,
probably like
I'm gonna
push
take
for it.
I'm gonna take the Bengals here on the road. This one is kind of a toss-up. The Washington is only a 1.5 point favorite, but I think Joe Burrow is gonna have a good game. T. Higgins, really good.
No, that's why you want the Bengals to win.
Tyler Boyd, also another good wide receiver. And I think Giovanni Bernard is starting this game. So, but, I mean, I just think their offense has more firepower than the Monuments do. So I'm going to take the Bengals here on the road.
Well, let me tell you something, son. The Monuments are going to get the dub, and the Bengals and Joe Burrow are going to get absolutely stymied from the Washington Monuments. And Joe Burrow will go for less than 200 yards. Pick of the year right there.
You're just a Joe Burrow hater because you're a Charger fan.
Nah, I just want to see Alex Smith get that first dub.
Yeah, true.
I'm gonna go with Washington. I'm gonna go with Washington because their defensive line is the truth. They're gonna bring the heaters. They're gonna get to little Joey Burrowy. They're gonna get to him. So I feel like it's gonna be more of a Joe Mixon type of game because he's finally coming back from injury. I feel like there's going to be a lot of dump offs to him because Joe Burrow really hasn't been pushing the ball down the field that quite often compared to Herbert, at least.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say you're going to see a lot of Joe Mixon, a lot of running, but I'm going to say it's going to be a tough one, and Washington pulls it out.
I don't know. T. Higgins about to pop for 500 yards and 7 touchdowns.
Oh,
I would still be in fantasy, Isaiah.
I forgot to mention, Washington is also ranked second in passive defense this year. So they're a really good defensive team, especially when it comes to that secondary. They don't have the biggest names, but Kendall Fuller has been playing really well. He's top 5 in PFF grades, and I feel like it's just going to be more of a ground and pound game.
Yeah. Okay. Next, we have an NFC South matchup. We have the Falcons on the road playing the 7-2 Saints. I'm going to take the Falcons to pull the upset here. I think this is a trap game for the Saints. Drew Brees most likely not playing. I think they're going to take huge advantage of that, get to Jameis Winston in the backfield. I think this is a trap game for the Saints, so I'm taking the Falcons here to get the dub.
Good, bro.
Where are they playing again? Are they in Atlanta?
No, they're in New Orleans.
Yeah, they're in New Orleans.
I'm going to go with the Saints. Jameis Winston isn't a bad quarterback, like he's serviceable. And also, Michael Thomas hasn't had like a big game yet. And I'm going to predict that this will be his big game. I'm going to say he'll have like 120 receiving yards, probably like 10 catches and a touchdown at least. So I think this is the game that Michael Thomas is finally going to, come back. So yeah. I don't see the Atlanta Falcons being able to stop a surging Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, and I think Jameis Winston's going to do a lot better than most people think.
Yeah. All right.
Unfortunately, that's just incorrect. I'm going with the Falcons. They're gonna pressure Jameis somehow because the Falcons suck. Anyways, Jameis is gonna throw a pair of picks, and it's gonna cost him at the end of the game. He's not gonna be able to move the ball as much as people think. In my opinion.
It's literally pick. All right.
I don't know.
He might need another eye surgery. Who knows?
All right. Next, we have the Lions on the road playing the Panthers. What do you guys got here?
I'm gonna take the Carolina Panthers. The Lions are very, very wishy-washy. They're very up and down. They're very inconsistent. And the Panthers have actually been playing pretty well in defense. Their offense Obviously, they have a couple weapons there. Surprising candidate was Curtis Samuel. He was low-key doing a lot recently. But I'm gonna say the Carolina Panthers. I feel like they're gonna take this by a landslide.
Whoa.
Oh, a landslide.
Yeah, I don't think this
Spicy.
game's gonna be close. I don't think this game's gonna be close. I feel like DeAndre Swift, if they can shut down DeAndre Swift, they'll be able to have that passing
You're sleeping
defense
on
on lock.
Peterson.
All right. Well,
You don't
I'm
even touch
taking
the
the
ball,
Lions.
bro.
I'm going to take the Lions because if you look at my past picks, I've picked against them, I think, like 3 or 4 weeks, and they've won every single time. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So I think the Lions win here somehow. I don't know. Stafford's going to just sling it to Babytron or something if he plays. And they're going to get the dub. Plain and simple.
Simple.
Easy as that.
Plain and simple.
I'm also going to take the Lions here. I love Matt Stafford. I think he's very underrated. They got a couple of good wide receivers on that team, so do the Panthers, but I think DeAndre Swift is going to run amok on that defense, and I think the Panthers are going to stop him. So,
Something you guys might want to consider. Matthew Stafford did not practice today because he has a partial torn ligament in his right thumb, his throwing hand.
he's still going to play, though.
That's
I
crazy.
mean, he
Last time-
could play, and if he throws a ton of picks, no one's gonna say anything until after they find out that he got hurt. But I'm gonna let you know now that he's hurt now, so you guys can look back on your picks and be like, wow, I really chose an injured quarterback with a torn ligament
All right,
in his.
someone look up who's their backup QB right now.
They don't even matter. Even with Stafford, they'll lose. But
Bro,
he's
all you
out
gotta
for
say,
sure.
Marvin
No, it's
Jones,
Chase
Marvin
Daniel.
Jones, Kenny Galladay, they're somewhere down there, and they're gonna get mossed.
I don't think
They're gonna
Galladay's
get
playing, to be honest.
Galladay. That's what's gonna happen.
Chase Daniel,
I don't think.
the backup.
Yeah, it's Chase Daniel.
Long time
but
bet. He knows what he's doing.
All right, next we have the Steelers at the Jaguars. So, anyways, next we have the Titans at the Ravens.
What do you mean? I got the Jags winning.
Oh.
Stop.
I'm taking the Steelers here.
Okay, yes. Yeah. Steelers by landslide.
Just Steelers and on to the next subject, or on to the
First
next
50-point
question.
game of the year. Kid, no, but my goodness.
All right, we
I
have
swear if the Jags win.
Dude, that's
I don't know.
the money line on that is probably insane.
Well, let me look it up.
You won't put $1 on it.
Bet.
Bet I'm gonna get myself $20.
Log in. I'm just gonna check what the money line is.
It's got to be like 25, like 2,500 or something.
Ravens they're 10-point favorites, and the money line here is where's this game at? Steelers are minus 467. The
Interesting.
Jaguars are plus 380. So if you put $10 on them, you win $38.
That
All right, next we
might
have
as well put $1 million in the Steelers.
I'll keep my $10 in my pocket.
Bro.
next we have Titans on the road playing the Ravens. They're both 6-3. This is a pretty good matchup. Personally, I think I'm going to take the Titans here. But what I saw with the Ravens against the Patriots on Sunday night, or was it Monday night, just did not impress me at all. I think teams have finally caught up to what the Ravens do on offense with Lamar Jackson. They cannot run the ball with their running backs. They just have not been impressive at all whatsoever. I'm going to take the Titans here to win on the road.
Yeah, I agree. I think QB1 is going to have a phenomenal game. I don't know if anyone knew this, but he wears 17 because of Phillip Rivers, even though he took the L last week. It is what it is. But
So I'm dropping him.
I think Derrick Henry has a pretty big game here as well.
Yeah.
This is tough for me because I have the Ravens defense and I have Ryan Tannehill. But I'm gonna lean with the Ravens here. It hurts my soul. But if you look back at the past few games, he has not been playing well. Neither have the Titans. AJ Brown he was held to 1 catch. If AJ Brown is not producing, you can't expect to win games. For the most part, Derrick Henry is getting his. He is getting his 100-yard rushing game, stuff like that. But he hasn't been falling into the end zone as much. So the Ravens defense is just crazy good. I feel like they're going to lock down the Titans offense for the most part. And then, yes, the offense of the Ravens does not look good, but I feel like defense is strong enough to be able to put them in good field positioning so they can get, field goals, or they can be able to grind out some close touchdowns and stuff like that.
They do
Another thing
have
that
the
people
go
don't
kicker.
another thing people don't talk about was the weather. I mean, Lamar Jackson already isn't the best passing quarterback in the league, but now you include everyone slipping, and it's just it was a storm. That was crazy. So there's that. Another thing I thought was pretty funny was how Lamar Jackson kept saying, "Everyone knows his plays." Well, when you run 2 plays, it's people are gonna catch on. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I thought that was pretty funny though.
Hot take: Ravens aren't making the playoffs.
Oh, spicy.
Well, let me
Don't
write
think they'll
that
make the
down for the
playoffs?
future.
All right. Next, we have the New England Patriots on the road playing the Houston Texans. Texans are 2-point favorites here. Who do you guys have in winning this one?
I have the Houston Texans winning this game. I don't think Stephon Gilmore is returning back this upcoming week, so I feel like the Texans are going to be able to exploit their defense for the most part, and I feel like it might be a good David Johnson game if he plays.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Houston Texans.
Okay.
I got a hot take, right? Pats make the playoffs.
Whoa.
Hear me out, right?
That's not even.
All right, first of all, Texans are getting locked up. J.C. Jackson, straps. Anyways, the remaining schedule isn't extremely hard, but it's not extremely easy. But they can win games, and you can't count Belichick out.
Okay.
Heard it here first.
Heard it here first.
I'm going to take the Texans here as well.
Classic shake my head.
I think David Johnson's going to have a good game here. I think Deshaun Watson's going to have a good game here. I think Will Fuller's going to have a good game here. I think Randall Cobb's going to have a good game here. I think the whole team is just going to have a good game. They're at home. They're on the road. I don't think Cam Newton can really do anything. He can't throw the ball. He can't even run the ball either, it seems like lately. They just haven't been able to do anything. Damian Harris, I think, is their only bright spot on that offense, and even that, I mean, he can't even get into the end zone himself. So I cannot see the Patriots winning this game at all whatsoever.
You're absolutely sleeping on Jacoby Myers, wide receiver / quarterback.
One. No, but how are you just going to ignore Brandon Cooks, though? Shake my head, bro.
J.C. Jackson's getting in there.
Cobb.
Nah.
Randall Cobb is irrelevant.
Darren Fells is getting 900 yards receiving.
Bro, Darren Fells he's also irrelevant. He's a big body bend that does nothing.
Actually, I think David Johnson might be out, isn't he? So
He might be out, yeah. That's what I said,
Yeah,
if he plays.
You-
But they have Lamar Miller. No, I'm playing.
they have Carlos Hyde. Oh, wait. But yeah, I think Texans are going to take this one.
Yeah, Arian Foster.
Arian Foster.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Okay.
Throw somebody
Andre
running back.
Next, we have the Dolphins on the road playing the Broncos.
Dolphins dub next.
Dolphins dub.
I think I'm also going to take the Dolphins here.
I'm starting their defense.
So we're all taking the Dolphins.
Yeah.
The Finnies.
The Finns.
Okay. Okay, next we have the Jets playing the San Diego Chargers.
San Diego, huh?
I think this is definitely a trap game for the Chargers. With Anthony Lynn's play calling, they're going to take the lead against the Jets, but they're going to play super conservative. They're going to be sleeping on the Jets. This is definitely a trap game. I'm taking the Jets to win on the road in LA.
This is all I want to take us back a few years. The winless Browns and the Chargers lose that game. I'm sure we missed a few field goals, a blocked punt or something like that. anyways, Charger fashion. So I'm taking the Jets, Jets. JK.
Oh,
Woo!
Okay, there is
Everyone
no way.
so good.
There's no way in hell the Jets are going to win this game. They're going to lose on purpose. They want
No,
Trevor Lawrence.
It's
There's
listen,
no
it's
way in
simple.
hell they're losing this game.
It is simple. They're simply the hardest team left in our schedule. So it can go either way. They're going to cause some turnovers somehow. If it's a muffed punt, blocked punt, whatever it is. Oh, we're going to have a bad punt for about 10 yards, and they're going to take it back to the crib or something.
wait,
Something
so
ridiculous is going to happen.
are you
Bro,
actually
I have a
taking the Jets or are you taking the Chargers?
No, the Chargers. Obviously, the Chargers are getting the dub.
I'm taking the Chargers too, but
Oh, yeah.
conspiracy theory.
Oh.
The Jets. Hey, listen, the Jets are
They're
gonna
gonna
let the Chargers win. No, actually, you know what? Yeah,
We're both
they're
going to try to throw the game. What's going to happen.
No, I'm gonna hit you with the other conspiracy. Okay, the Jets are gonna win this game. You know why? Because they know that you guys have your quarterback. You're not taking Trevor Lawrence, so they're gonna be like, you know what? We're just gonna beat them. We're just gonna beat them. Or you know
Big
what?
brain.
They might draft Penny Sewell, and then you want him? What you got for me, buddy?
Whatever. We're going to lose out the rest of the year, and we're going to somehow – some teams are going to get some dubs. We're somehow going to get Trevor Lawrence. And we're going to be like, well, we're just going to have him sit here. It's whatever.
Well, conspiracy. Hey, you.
News from Schefter. DeAndre Swift did not practice today due to a concussion.
Whatever.
Availability for Sunday in question.
Have you ever heard of the main
Go
man?
Panthers.
The greatest Viking running back in history?
Oh,
man.
bro, I hope we resign him to like a 10-day so he can retire with us or something.
Yeah.
No, he wants to retire with a good team.
Bro, that bald head's going to be gleaming all over the field, and he's gonna pop.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. So I'm confused who you guys are actually taking.
I'm taking the Chargers.
Okay.
Well, they're just conspiracy. I'm taking the Chargers, though.
Okay, so I'm taking the Jets. All right. Next, we have a very spicy matchup. Packers on the road playing the Indianapolis Colts. Colts are 1.5-point favorites here. Who do you guys got?
I'm taking the Colts. Old man Felipe Rios getting the dub out there. Naheem Hines, I had to put him back in my starting lineup. He's going to go off probably for another, 40, 50 points. Another day at the office here. Packers' run defense isn't very good, so. So, yeah, I'm taking the Colts here.
Okay.
I'm going to take the Colts, too.
Whoa!
I'm going to take the Colts, too. Mostly because, Packers, gross. They're gross. Nah, but I'm going to take the Colts. They have a really good defense. We've already seen the Buccaneers defense lock up the Packers. And I'm going to say that the Colts have a better defense than the Buccaneers do. The Buccaneers defense is elite. And we've already seen Aaron Rodgers up against an elite defense. He does not bode well. I feel like they're not using Aaron Jones the way they should be, bro. They're not utilizing him. They're really trying to run up the stats to Devontae that they forget that they have like an elite running back that they don't use.
I'm not complaining.
I know you're not complaining, but like if you look down at Aaron Jones' stats, bro, it's like 14, 13, 17. It's like, those aren't bad numbers, but if you're drafting Aaron Jones, you're not expecting RB2 numbers. Yeah. So I'm gonna say the Colts win this game.
I'm going to take the Packers here. I think Alan Lazard is finally going to be in action. They're at full strength at wide receiver. They're at full strength at running back. And, of course, you have Aaron Rodgers, one of the greatest of all time. So, and they do have pretty stout defense. They're not amazing, but I'd say they're top 10 defense in the league. It's really hard for me to bet against the Packers here. So I'm going to take the Packers to win this one.
One more thing that I forgot to mention is on the defensive side of the ball for the Packers. They're ranked 31st right now in run defense. Yes. Jonathan Taylor, Naeem Hines, it's going to be committee by backfield, but I feel like they're going to feed the hot hand. And they've just been getting gashed on defense. Plus, not to mention the Colts have one of the best, if not the best, offensive lines in the league. So that's just
sways me
a little bit more over to the Colts.
Okay. Next, we have the Dallas Cowboys on the road playing the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings are trying to get that 500. They've won, is it 3 in a row? Have you guys won?
3 in a row, baby.
Okay. You guys are 7-point favorites. Is Andy Dalton going to be back?
He should be back, yeah.
He should be back, yeah. I don't think it matters, but he should be back.
I think this is a trap game for the Vikings, honestly.
Oh my god!
I think you guys are taking this game. You guys are kind of glossing over it. Think you guys are going to automatically win, which I don't think is the case. I think with the addition of Andy Dalton finally coming back, they're going to have a little more firepower in the passing game. I think this is going to be a big Amari Cooper game, and I think Zeke is going to have a bounce back game. Not amazing, but I can see him getting 75 to 100 yards with maybe a touchdown or two. So I'm going to take the Cowboys here.
Let me give you this vision I had. 2-minute drill. The red rifle at the helm. He's slinging it all over the field. The band is marching. They're in the red zone. CeeDee Lamb on a post down the middle of the field. Harrison Smith is nowhere to be found. Touchdown, Cowboys. Final score, 28-7. Vikings get the dub.
28-7.
Yeah, the Vikings are winning.
Yeah,
sorry. They're gonna get some garbage points though. Woo!
Vikings are winning. I don't even think it's not gonna be a close game. The Vikings are going to run all over them. The Cowboys defense is trash. Trevon Diggs, their best corner, is injured. Like they have no defense at all. Like their defense is up there with Seattle's, in my opinion. Like, no offense. But historically bad. You know, the Dallas Cowboys defense is terrible. Dalvin Cook is going to have a day. Also on the defensive side of the ball, our defense has been stepping up. Our young rookies have been playing a lot better.
That's true.
And I don't see Zeke being able to do anything because the offensive line is so porous right now. It's extremely beat up. And that's the thing. Andy Dalton is not a bad player. Zeke is not a bad player. It's just they don't have protection. They don't have moves. People were complaining about the head coach being fired last year. But this head coach, Mike McCarthy, isn't doing any better. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like this is going to be a blowout game. It's going to be a blowout game, bro. We're going to win by at least 3 touchdowns.
All righty. All right.
Don't tell me you're taking the Cowboys here, Isaiah.
If we lose, I just cancel the podcast or remove me. I don't want to be seen anymore.
All I know is Zeke's probably getting locked up, but he's about to be a PPR threat. Facts.
Oh, probably.
All right. Next, we have Sunday Night Football on NBC. We have the Chiefs on the road playing in the sinful city of Las Vegas. The Raiders. All right.
The Raiders.
Now, remember, I believe the Chiefs' only loss was to the Raiders. Okay. And the Chiefs were at home. Now the Chiefs are on the road at the Raiders. I think the Raiders are taking this one at home.
Whoa!
Chiefs are dropping to 8-2. The Raiders. They're gonna bump up to 7-3. I think the Raiders are gonna win the AFC West.
Not the Chargers.
That's literally what I'm saying. They're gonna tie. They're gonna lose out. Simple.
Yeah, taking the Raiders here.
All right. I think the Chiefs are gonna get their revenge in some Chief fashion. I think they're gonna win by 20+ points.
Whoa!
I think yes, you heard it here. You heard it here first. I think Derek Carr, he's gonna have a couple fumbles or a couple picks, a couple turnovers or something. But Chiefs are out for revenge. They're gonna move to 9-1, and Mahomes is gonna lead further into his MVP case.
You want to put money on this not game, but the fact that you think the Chiefs are gonna win by 20+?
I mean, I would, but my bank account's a little, but yeah.
the way it's set up and stuff, yeah. I'm taking the Chiefs here. What the heck? I am taking the Chiefs here, bro. They done pissed them off. All right,
you don't poke the bear.
Yeah, you don't poke the bear, bro. Like you just don't do that. Pat Mahomes, I'm pretty sure he's gonna. You said what?
The Chiefs are a cute, cuddly bear. If you
Bro.
beat them, they won't do anything.
Stop.
Okay, the Chiefs are a cute, cuddly bear. And the Raiders are the little girl who wants their teddy.
Yeah. They're gonna grab the teddy around the neck and carry him.
Nah, that's not what's gonna happen. Anyways, the Chiefs are going to win this game. Okay, they done made them mad. They done goofed by messing with them. All right. I'm pretty sure Pat Mahomes has been hearing the MVP conversation. He was like, "Oh, some of y'all still don't think I'm MVP? Well, let me just show you why I'm the MVP of the league." Patrick Mahomes is going to go off this game. So yeah, for sure, I'm taking the Chiefs, and I don't think it's going to be close either.
Okay. I think it's going to be close. I think
The Raiders.
we're going to win by 3 points. So,
Okay.
all right,
Okay.
next we have
All right.
Monday Night Football on ESPN. Okay,
Espin.
no more Booger McFarland. Okay.
Woo! All right,
Yeah.
before we say anything else, I just want to congratulate Kirk Cousins on the Monday night win.
You like that?
Against
You
Seattle.
like that? Ooh wee.
Ooh wee.
Ooh wee.
Did you see how high Kirk Cousins got when they got like
He said, "Let's go, let's go." Bro, he got a first down and was doing that. I was like, bro, you act like he scored.
bro, I'd be so dead if he like threw a pick or fumbled and they lost.
Let's go, let's go.
We're gonna
Like,
get the ball and we're gonna score.
Bro, yeah, something that would happen. He would fumble on taking a knee. Oh, the victory formation fumbles the ball, they pick it up and score. That's some BS that would have happened, bro.
All right. So we have the Rams on Monday Night Football playing in Tampa Bay against the Buccaneers. I'm taking the Buccaneers here. They are at home. They have a little more firepower. Their defense is really stout. And I just hate the way the Rams run their offense. They don't throw downfield. It's little dink and dunk passes. You know, the little jet sweeps. It just annoys the crap out of me. I hate the way they play their offense. It annoys the crap out of me. And I really hope they lose by a lot of points.
Bro, their offense, they wish they were the Vikings. The Vikings
They
have
really do.
The Vikings have the same offense, but they have an elite running back, which obviously the Rams don't. But then again, the Vikings don't have Aaron Donald. So he's going to absolutely have his day with whoever's in front of him. Doesn't matter who it is. We're talking 3 sacks. Tom Brady throwing 1 pick. And guess what? Rams by 7.
What?
Ooh,
It's as simple as that. And guess
you
what?
got Rams by 7?
You heard it here first.
Well, guess what? I got
What?
Rams by 10. Oh, spicy meatball. Yeah, I'm taking the Rams here. We've already seen Mr. Tom struggle against the Bears. He doesn't do good against pressure. No quarterback does, but
I say
especially
you
Tom.
just don't want to see the Rams ahead of the Seahawks.
Yeah, you just don't want that to happen.
No.
It's okay. It's okay, Buckaroo. But anyways, Aaron Donald is going to light that ass up.
Oh my god. I don't think it's gonna happen. I do not see a scenario where they win.
You know why? Because the defensive player of the year, Jalen Ramsey, is gonna lock up Mike Evans, or he's gonna lock up AB, or lock up Godwin. Whoever they put him on, you can just assume that they're not even in the game. You might as well just sit on the bench. Jalen Ramsey's locking that up. Aaron Donald's getting there. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a Rams. It's gonna be a Rams.
You know
Really?
who in the Bucks is about to be cooking the entire game? My main man, Robert Gronkowski. So if anyone wants to trade for him, you let me know now.
I would offer you my kicker, but my kicker's the number 1 in fantasy right now. Oh man!
Didn't he miss a kick last week?
And he's still number 1.
Whatever.
All right, so those are our game picks. Last but certainly not least, we have. Actually, I just want to go over our record for all our games so far.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
No, it's not.
So
I'm
last
on
week, week 10, I went 9-5. John went 10-4, and Josh went 7-7. So total on the year, John is in first place with a total record of 57-26. I'm in second with a total record of 50-33, and Josh is last with a record of 39-30. So it's really not looking great for you, Josh.
Dang.
You just have
Charger fashion, huh?
classic Charger.
I think you're sleeping.
All right. Now we have our low-key sleeper of the week. Okay, for fans. This is our last topic of this podcast. Who do you guys have for your low-key starter of the week?
This is tough. I want to say LaMichael Pirine because I know he's going to absolutely tear up the Chargers defense. But I'm going to go with Jakeem Grant of the Dolphins. I think Tua finally has that explosion.
Ooh.
And Jakeem Grant is going to be the one catching the balls.
You think so? Huh?
Ooh. Hey, I'm gonna stay in the same game, but I'm probably gonna pronounce his name wrong, but I'm gonna take Salvon Ahmed.
Yeah, I mean, that's
The
guy's there.
starting running back for that team.
So
Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna take him. He's my low-key starter of the week because he's going against the Denver Broncos. They just got gashed last week by Josh Jacobs. So they're pretty good against the pass, but against the run, they've been horrendous. So I'm gonna take Salvon Ahmed as my sleeper of the week.
the UW great.
You already know it.
Former UW great.
Go Dogs.
All right, my low-key start of the week is Kalen Ballage for the LA Chargers. I think with Justin Jackson being out, I think he's going to get the rock. They are playing the Jets, who are not great against the run either. So I think Kalen Ballage is going to even get the ball out of the backfield, receiving-wise, quite a bit as well. So he's going to get the rock, quite a few receptions. I think he's going to score in the end zone a few times. And I think he's just going to run amok on that Jet defense. So my low-key start of the week is Kalen Ballage.
Bro, the sad part is he's going to get 20-plus carries, and he's probably not going to be that efficient, but he's going to get the ball a ton, and we're going to maybe barely beat the Jets, and it's going to be extremely sad.
I already told you the conspiracy theory.
Exactly. Penny Sewell, though, you know what I'm saying?
And this is our first – we haven't done a Loki Start of the Week for a couple of weeks, so just a recap from Week 8, which is the last time we did Loki Starter. My Loki Starter was T. Higgins, and we changed our metrics, so they have to be in the top 15 for you to win that week. T. Higgins ended up being wide receiver 27 that week, so I didn't get that one. John had Giovanni Bernard, who was the running back 3 on the week, so of course he hit. And then Josh had Tagovailoa as his Loki Start of the week, who was quarterback 28 on the week, so obviously didn't hit. So total record so far on the year for Loki starters, I'm 2-1, John is 2-1, and Josh is 0-3.
I'm tanking for Trevor, all right?
So
You gotta be 0-4, boy.
Nah.
So that's it for this week's podcast. Appreciate you guys listening. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe, leave a comment, like the video, share the video, and if you don't mind, even click that little bell notification. That way you are notified every time we upload. And if you're listening on Spotify, we'd love to have you guys follow the podcast and listen to us every single week. But other than that, Seahawks play tonight. They're going to get the dub. They're going to reclaim first in the division, and we're going to bump up to number 3 in the NFC standings.
Well, until Monday happens, obviously.
But thank you guys for listening, and go Hawks.
Go Chargers.
Go subscribe.
Yeah, there it is. Cover 3 podcast on YouTube. Subscribe. If you don't, you're fake.
If you can't find it, look us up on Instagram, link in bio.
Facts.
Link in bio, follow the link tree, everything. You know what it is.
Alrighty. Go Hawks.